That's indirect.
Okay, cool. You can welcome us back in.
Okay. Oh, you ready?
Yeah.
Did you clap and everything?
Yes.
I don't even know why you clap. What's up, everybody?
Hello.
Back again.
Yes, we are back again, and thank you guys for watching the last video. You guys had interesting comments to say, and we appreciate all the love.
Yeah. It's been so great.
Fantastic. In case you haven't been with us before, do you want to say what we're doing here?
Yeah, I mean, we can definitely. First and foremost, Zuko, little brother.
Talitha, older, sexier sister.
Of course, you're sexy. Yeah, so we basically just, as siblings, we are just catching up with each other. We are going through our lived experiences. We're going through our life experiences. We're going through, everything that we go through as brother and sister.
For sure.
Yeah, which will include the lessons that we've learned, the things that we're really trying to do better, if there are any.
Yeah, there's lots of fixing and healing to be done.
Absolutely.
In certain situations.
Yeah. And obviously we're doing this, and we're glad to have you guys join us on that journey, And also, obviously, comments on your guys' experiences, if any, and anything like that.
Perfect. So let's get straight into it.
Yes.
About what today's topic is today. Huh?
Yeah, so the topic today is who's better at English, and
thanks for joining us.
Exactly.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, so we're just gonna talk about our growing up in the household that we grew up in, and what's our experiences with each other in the family dynamic world. Yes,
and how that's been over the years, and how that's changed or evolved over the years, how that's gotten better or worse. And also, I think, just to put a little bit of fun in it, to talk about our good moments, bad moments, and that kind of thing. I think, that's basically what today's about.
Okay, cool. So we grew up in a nuclear family, literally mom, dad, brother, sister, which is like the perfect white picket fence kind of situation, right? And then I was an only child for a while.
From 1983 to 1985.
Yes, that's a while. And then I had a little brother all of a sudden, right? Obviously, I don't quite remember like the beginning of the situation, but I remember knowing that I had to take care of you.
Yeah.
Like at some point, I think maybe when I was like 5, I was like, oh, I have to take care of this guy. Then we also went to the same schools, or at least the same primary school for a little bit.
Yes.
And I had to take care of you. But I know that there was like a lot of time where I was just like, I don't think I realized I loved you until like much later on.
I was an inconvenience for the longest of time.
Yes, because I was like, oh, this guy, also, you want to go everywhere with me? Like, what?
I looked up to you.
No,
literally.
That's great. But I do remember us growing up that you were like a very soft, sweet kid. And it kind of annoyed me because I was like, because people really liked you. And I was like feisty. I was like feisty and like, and like,
wild. Oh, you wild child. Which makes you the black sheep, even still till today. Yes. We're black sheep.
According to who?
According to me and you and our characters and personalities and our roles that we have in the family.
So what makes me a black sheep?
You're the one who's always going against the grain. You're the one who's always... You understand me? You're the vocal one. You're the one. And I say black sheep in the sense that, you stick out when you're in the family.
Okay.
Now I'm at a point I thought, hey, I talk to you. But then now I look at your teeth and I look at my teeth and I'm just like, this is too wild. This is like a joke.
Exactly. Yeah, okay, fine. So there was definitely a sense of like, oh, this guy, he's doing better than me at this child thing. Like, I'm a crappy child. You're a perfect kid. And like my mom used to say about you were quiet and just like agreeable and cute and tuku. And I just remember like bouts of it though in my childhood, just going, this guy's doing better than me at this thing.
The funny thing is that I think we've never spoken about is the fact that at a point now I was just like, this one is making it easy, bro. I promise you. No, but it's not a wrong thing. It didn't change who I was, but obviously if now you are in a good light, you appreciate that, and you play according to it.
So you knew you were in a good light.
At a point I came to realize it. I know, go on. You know what I'm saying?
You're making this easy for me.
Yeah, you're making it easy for me, And then I do those things, I come, When mom comes home from work, I take off her shoes, I sit at her feet, because I know when you're just like, I'm going to my room. Because you're busy being a feisty teenager or whatever the hell is going on with you. You understand?
So as in Landoni, you were doing those things so that what? To gain favor or because you like doing those things?
Well, I ended up liking doing those things.
So why were you doing them in the beginning?
In the beginning, it was to gain favor because I was living nice.
But you didn't need to gain favor because I was already messing up.
It's fine, Galogo, but you can always, increase the gap. I'm really sorry.
I need a therapy session.
This is therapy. Let it all out.
Oh my God. Wow, this is okay.
I'm also only thinking about this now. At the time,
because I mentioned it. Yeah.
At the time, obviously, I didn't have that mindset. But when I'm looking at it in hindsight, I'm just like, yeah, God, the Zooks. There were really, really sometimes where you're just like, I saw how she was treated when she asked to go to a party. So I'm not gonna ask to go to a party. I'm just gonna be out in a happy party.
What?
And now I'm seen as
she's so sweet.
Wild. Right. Strats, mate.
That's crazy. So then that also ended up making me feel like you definitely had a better relationship with the parents. Well, with Umama specifically. Yeah. And I hated it. And like in my teenage years, I think is when I hated it the most. Because you were like this nice kid who could sit and no mama afternoon yonke on a Sunday. Nihleke go into engapheliyo. Oh my gosh. And I was like, why wouldn't you guys invite me to the room?
No, because you're thinking about parties and friends.
But I'm at home.
But you're not happy to be there. That's the problem. But so is this so you had this thing towards me, okay? A little bit of a thing you didn't.
Of course.
Oh, that's wow. Okay, story time. So we are playing outside, me and Talitha. Playing. Nice. Lolly. Nice. Now, what happens is the neighbor's dog.
That's the sound of your child.
The neighbor's dog comes, right? There was a wall, but there was no gate. So the neighbor's dog comes around and he sees two kids playing, right? There's only the two of us at home. So the neighbor's dog comes and then it starts trying to play with us. But now, obviously, I'm just like, no, not having it. She's also just like, no, not having it. And then we start making a run for it, right?
Yeah.
We run. No, Jackson. The dog's name was Jackson. No, Jackson. And then we run. She's older, so she's faster. So she's running in front. I'm behind. The dog is behind me. Hey, we run around the house. Maybe 2 or 3 times. And then Talitha figures out, no, man, we can go inside the house here. Right? Hey, so on the 4th lap, we coming. I'm now in tears. It's a complete mess. We come around, and then she grabs the door. And at home, it's like a glass door. It's a wooden and glass door, so you can completely see on the other side. She comes and she grabs the door, opens the door, and just about as I'm about to get there, closes the door and locks.
Survival of the fittest.
I'm now tired. I thought I was going in the house. I thought like everything was going to be fine. I'm tired now. I'm just standing at the door. The dog is barking and I'm just like... And I wet my pants.
Oh, he peed in his pants. I feel bad for that. But I was also...
You got me back, and this.
For what?
For being the good child.
No, that wasn't what that was.
Oh, it was unrelated.
Yes.
Wow.
Of course not. I didn't want the dog to
pent up feelings. Dog. Wow, this is wild.
No. Look, I understand that what I did was wrong. But I also, please understand that Nam been so eager. So I was like, if I wait for you to come in the door, so small. I'm sorry. So how do you feel about that at the moment?
I don't know. I've never been able to reconcile that. Because now I've just been like, oh, okay, Lorna, she's not really for me. I mean, because we never really had also we were kids.
We were kids.
So we never really had a conversation about it. No. So now I just took it in Laweba. I'll tell you to like, literally. You know what I mean? But I mean, obviously, but you've always been my sister. You know? And I think our relationship, also as kids, relationship we different from how it is as adults. Of course. But I feel like also we've had a very smooth transition into it. There's been very few conversations. This is what I expect from you. This is what I see. You're doing this. I don't like this. Been very few. We've actually kind of just really gelled.
Yeah, for the most part.
Yeah, which I think is absolutely great, you know. But it also brings up that expectation. Things are so easy that even when things are difficult, you probably won't even want to talk about them because everything is fine.
Yeah.
Which is kind of scary.
No, that is the scary part. Also, this is the thing, right? So, obviously, I grew up with these feelings, of like, I guess we can call it resentment for like you and the relationship you had with the parents and how great it was and how I struggled with the relationship, especially with Umama. When I went to boarding school, it became much better. I guess, I don't know why, but it became much better and like she became my homie. And then I started I think maybe understanding you better. It's just like, oh, he's just this person. Like, I'm this person that's like difficult and headstrong and like wants to like have my way. You're just the person who
Excuse me.
You're just the person who, who's good with people and pleasing and all of that stuff, which is fine.
It's just, we are just different people.
Yes.
Yeah. We're just different people that kind of look alike.
But also, kind of, yeah.
Which I find so strange because I also don't think I look like you. But
no, me neither.
Right? But I've heard so many people just like, you handsome.
It's weird.
Yeah.
So I think now with growing up then, I think another thing that I felt was that I was being treated differently, especially because I was a girl. And you know how that goes. As a black girl.
Why? Because you had to cook.
Yeah, because I had to do so much more things than you had to.
Like what?
Like I was cooking, I was cleaning, I was vassing festires and curtains and vassing, what do you call these things? Dishes and like doing a lot.
I was on dishes. Now I had to do things that you didn't have to do.
Like what?
Oh,
I was in the garden too.
Security.
Now, I had my days for being in security. For those of y'all who don't know. It sounds like we lived in a prison.
Right.
For those of y'all who don't know, security is just a person of ali festire and curtains. Close the windows on the curtains when the sun goes down. And take down the washing.
Yes.
That's what we call that duty. We
call it security.
But security and my mom. And we used to alternate. So my mom would be like, Kubanu security namhlanje. And you knew when it was your turn.
Was there not a person who had to switch on the lights? No, no?
No, I think that came with the security. Because if
you
get in, you have to...
But you didn't imagine, our families are so wild that if it was the child's duty to switch on the lights, he gets home 7:30 because he's playing, the family's sitting in complete dark.
Up you see. Guys, that's... I don't know. I don't know what to call it. And I don't want to call it abuse, but it also like, you learn that... Fondini, this is your responsibility, and if you don't do it, nobody's gonna do it.
Yeah, so it was pretty fair, I guess. It was pretty fair.
But
also,
so.
And then hidings, we used to get the same amount of hidings.
We used to get hit together because we always do shit together. But even if Yenza Mumdoi wants, or better somebody to.
Yes, because I guess it was a way of teaching the lesson. So you don't feel you were unfairly treated when it came to hiding?
No.
Yeah.
Even though I'm like, I don't do anything this time, bro. Come on. But I knew that, like, not more than me. No. And that's not more, she though. We were just doing childish stuff. Correct. Like running around and breaking a plate or whatever. You know?
Going to a friend's house without telling anyone for 5 hours.
Do you remember when I got into the truck with those people?
Yes!
Story So this one time, say CTM with the parents, right? And they were buying tiles or whatever. We were moving house. We were in between houses.
Yes.
And then we went to CTM and we were bored. They're looking at whatever they're looking at, and we were bored and we were like outside. Then this truck driver dude is like, yo, you guys want to come and Nicole truck in and like go for a ride in the truck? And we said yes. And we got into a stranger's truck. Samba.
And he took us for a ride around.
And he took us for a ride around the block and we came back. But by the time we came back, the parents were like, excuse me? Who was our older cousin?
Yes.
Also?
There were 4 of us.
Who was the fourth one?
Sibling.
Was she there?
Yes.
I don't remember her being there.
Yeah, she was.
So there were 4 of us, okay, as he says. And Samba Nitraka, Saboya, our parents were livid, obviously. And then we got home and...
We got beaten it up.
Yo, we got beaten it up. Kakupuma imbob,
Hose pipe.
hose pipe.
But that was for the older cousins because they were older.
Yeah, they were
Now
older.
I think it was the normal procedure.
Yeah, the belts.
Yeah, lie on your stomach, on the bed.
Yeah.
And then scarlet.
So if you, are you gonna beat your, and beat is such a...
I do think there's a place for it.
Where? What?
Beating.
Beating.
Not beating, money. It discipline in the form of fam. I'll put my hands on you, but it won't be a prayer.
Okay.
Yes, for kids though, to a certain age.
What's the certain age?
The certain age is the age where you can literally sit down and have a conversation with someone who's well aware. Maybe I would say possibly like a 7 or 8.
Why do you think that it's necessary to be physically harsh on a child?
Look, because in most instances, it's something that I feel like they understand, but they're more shangok and they're just gonna do it anyway. So for me, it's a kind of a way of a consequence for a wrong action.
Ayikho enye mhlambi consequence.
I just don't really believe in naughty corner and write out the school rules. For me, I just don't think it's that effective. And
what makes you think that? Like, what proof do you have that it's not effective?
Because for me, it meant nothing. Yes.
Wow.
For me, now I learned from the beatings because it beatings
From
also,
fear, basically, because that's what that is.
Look, you get used to it also. If beatings are being handed out left, right, and center, you get used to it. There's kids that I grew up with who are just like, yeah, hey, I'm not supposed to be home after 12. But I'm just gonna get beaten anyways. You understand? And that's when it happens, when it's in anger and this. When it's a lesson and a consequence for your actions, then the parent also removes themselves from the situation. It's not that this kid disrespected me or whatever the case may be, but it's a matter of and I'm trying to make them understand that there's a consequence for your action. For me, it's more of a lesson more than it's bigger than the beating.
So then, what do you think that what effect do you think it has in terms of it being a violent act? What effect do you think it actually has besides like it is a violent act?
It is a violent act, but also I think the circumstance under which it happens counts. For example, if you are angry, don't eat the child when you're angry. Eat the child when you're calm or relaxed. So that, for example, I don't think my interpretation of it, even now as I'm old, is just that my parents didn't hate me, my parents didn't, you know what I'm saying? It's just a matter of, that's how I interpret it.
And what's your experience, not experience, but like, what is your experience with violence as an adult?
From like where? From my parents?
From yourself?
It's something that I personally am against. Especially because for me, it's a matter of, if you're old enough to understand and you can have a conversation, there's no need for me, in order for you to hear me, you understand? Obviously, as a dude, growing up, it's been a matter of trying to figure out superiority amongst other guys.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what it was.
Yeah.
But in terms of the relationship between me, like for me now, and I've got a younger cousin who's 15 years younger than me, and he does something that's what. Anzumbeta, umdala lo mntu lowo. Do you know what I'm saying?
Okay, I see. So, do you think that without the beatings, we'd be different people?
I don't think we'd be different people. Because it also comes down to a series of choices that we've made individually.
Yeah.
On what we want to be like, how we want to behave, and so forth and so forth. So it's neither really here nor there in the beatings. But that's just my view on it.
Okay.
Also, this is now turned into something totally different.
It's fine. Let's keep it moving. Do you think then that you our parents had favorites when we were growing up?
Look, I mean, the favorites changed. It wasn't a constant favorite. I just think our parents understood us.
That's such a PC answer also.
Okay, but it's the real answer also. You know, I just feel favorite is a very strong word. Because I don't think at any point that, because for me, favorites is like, so you could go and ask, when we need something, you could go and ask for it.
Yes.
Because you are the favorite. I don't think so. I think they did a very good job in terms of not showing it if there was.
Okay, so this is what I think. I think that I was dad's favorite for a while. I mean, I probably still am.
Daddy's little girl. How
and you've
sweet.
always been mom's favorite.
Really?
Yeah. Like, it's that clean cut for me.
And then the betrayal comes when you look like mom and I look like dad.
Yeah. Then God comes with a sense of humor and goes, ha ha ha.
I don't feel like that at all, hey?
Really?
I don't.
Oh, no one no boy ombile.
The trauma.
No one no trauma.
But what makes it feel like that? That's another thing.
Just because of the relationships that we had with our parents.
Really?
And how close you and mom always were. And I was daddy's girl, even though like, yeah, I was definitely daddy's girl. I'm still daddy's girl, you know, but I know that you and mom like had this special bond that I could never see having with her. I was just like, how do you connect with this woman? Like, how?
Maybe it's just also just a personality thing.
I think so.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I think it's a personality thing because
Yeah.
I think also if you look at the personalities,
Yeah.
who do you think you're closer to?
Yeah, my father.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think I'm kind of closer to mom.
Yeah.
So maybe that's also just we just got along better.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there's also that, you know.
But
And
then
because
it's
we're
easy
family.
for someone to be your favorite if you get along better with them.
Yes.
Yeah.
But then is it really a favorite or is it just the fact that you get along better? That's my thing, you know.
The initial thing could be getting along, and then it can lead into
It leads to favoritism.
Yeah. Not favoritism, because that's something else altogether.
Okay.
But for someone to be like, you know, I just prefer this child to that one. If one had to die, I'd pick this one.
No, that's just wrong then.
Do you think we should
Choose one.
Do you think we should ask mom?
Yeah, but you know what the answer is going to be? She's going to say, oh, shiny. You know what I mean?
She's gonna be
Definitely.
PC.
Yeah.
But like, honestly, no, we can get her to say the right thing.
Okay. I'm not doing it as the favorite. I'm not trying to break that relationship. You know what I'm saying?
All right, cool. So let's wind it down and
Yep.
say, what have we learned in this session about? What have you learned?
I've learned that we have the same experiences, but we took them kind of differently. I've learned, like, the big thing for me is that we completely saw growing up differently in terms of now you telling me how you felt.
Yeah.
And and I've taken the fact that I'm also grateful for the fact that we had such an easy relationship. Maybe because we are easy people. And it's also come down to where it is right now. I'm so glad and happy of the space that we're in. Obviously, it can always get better, but I feel like we're in a fairly good space, and I really, really appreciate that. I think you're kind of cool. So for me, I've learned that the stuff that we went through obviously built us into who we are, but it has not really defined us because we've had to make choices along the way.
For sure.
And I'm glad that we've made the choices that we've made, and we are here. You know, as brother and sister. As we are.
Yeah. Okay. I think I've also just learned that, like, I didn't know what your side of the story was, because I always felt like I was from on the outside looking in. So
wild, bro.
So I've just learned like what your mindset was at the time, and that you were just like, you could see that I was like finding it difficult to incorporate myself, but that's only because of my personality.
Yeah.
And like, I'm just like, I'm independent and free thinking and all of that. And so obviously it's very difficult growing up like in a Black Christian family in the 90s to like have this kind of personality or whatever. But I think you guys handled it pretty well, like not too badly.
Like we really did try you out.
Yeah, they tried me out, Shem. But cool. I think maybe in another session we need to talk about communication in the household and how that was lacking or was needed, or you know how that has also molded our relationship and how that has molded us as people, or not, or the kind of things we've had to learn outside of home to make us like better people.
Yeah. Love it.
Okay, guys, thanks for joining us. Therapy sessions, guys. Wow.
I feel like it really does feel like therapy. But good. It's always nice to talk it out, you know?
Yeah.
And yeah, hopefully you guys have also had some really nice experiences. And it also helps to talk about stuff so that you can get a better understanding of your brother or of your sister.
Because people can fight for years based on like one simple thing that happened when they were 13 years old. And then now they're 35 and they're like, I don't talk to my brother. And it's like, you could have talked about it.
Yeah, absolutely. And you still can.
Yeah, you still can.
Absolutely.
Cool.
And enjoy your relationship. Just like we try to do most of the time.
No, it's good. Don't worry. See you guys. Thanks for joining us. Remember to share comments on what you thought of the app, and if you guys want us to tackle any other certain issue that we haven't tackled yet, and we'll be sure to take it under advisement.
Absolutely.
Cool. Have a good one.
Cheers.